राजमणि सदा विजयते रामं रमेशं भजे रामेणाभिहता निशाचरचमू रामाय तस्मै नमः रामान्नास्ति परायणं परतरं रामस्य दासोऽस्म्यहं रामे चित्तलयः सदा भवतु मे भो राम मामुद्धर राम रामेति रामेति रमे रामे मनोरमे सहस्रनाम तत्तुल्यं रामनाम वरानने श्रीरामनाम वरानन ओं नमः इति तो श्री महाश्वर सूत्राणी अ इण् ऋक ए ओंग ऐ औच हयवरट लण्य ञमङ ण नम जमै घड़दश जब गड़दश खफ छठ थ छठ थव कपै श श सर हल इति महाश्वर सूत्राणी. So this is March 2nd, Wednesday class, Vyakaranam. Now, last time we did this example about this in the homework. We are on page 115, and we are doing the homework on the bottom. We hit this example, Ajay Giyata number 4. Gayika Sundarani Stotranya Ajay Giyata. Dhatu was Gai, which we did last time, and we derived this from this Yanganta Dhatu, Jagiya. So we had Dhatu Ga, that of course became Adesh Upadesha Shiti 6145, which said last time was a very important sutram. Any Dhatu ending in A, O, I, Au immediately becomes a Akaranta Dhatu, as long as the Pratyaya which is going to be coming doesn't have Talavish as an it, Ashiti. So it becomes Ga and then became Gi by 6. This is all from last time. 6466. Gu Mastha Ga Pa Jahati Sam Hali. 6466. So these particular dhatus, they take the Ikar Adeshaha. Ikar Adeshaha. So this is Halado Kiniti Pratyaya Parataha. I think it's Ardha Dhatu Ke. So Gu Mastha Ga Pa Jahati Sam Hali. And then after that, of course, we got the Abhyasa Karyam. And then we got Hasvaha, Haladi Sheshaha, Kuhosh Chuhu, and then we got the Guno Yang Lukoho. Guno Yang Lukoho. Of course, the young is the special thing is the Vishesh Abhyasa Karyani. That got me thinking about the Bhagavad Gita Mangalacharanam Jnana Shloka, which I think you must all know, which is the Parasharya Vachastharoja Mamalangi Tartha Gandhotkatam Nanakshyanaka Kesaram Harikatha Sambodhana Bodhitam Loke Sajjana Shatpadai Raharraha Pepiyamanam Muda Bhuyad Bharata Pankajam Kalimala Pradhamsina Shreyase Pepiyamanam. Pepiyamanam. So this form comes in the Gita in the Dhyana Shloka. Now, how do you derive this form Pepiyamanam? Let's see. Of course, you already have it on the board here. Let's start with you try it, Indu. You want to give it a shot? Pepiyamanam.
You already wrote it, right?
I wrote it, but there's some. Let's see. Okay, so Pa plus Yang.
Yang.
By 3122. Dhato Rekha.
Dhato Ekache. Halade.
Ekacho Halade.
Halade. Kriya
Samabhihare. Yang. Which is, Vrisham Atva Punah Punah. Kriyate kriya chet tarhi yang pratyaya vidiyate. Then of course we got which we just talked about, this 6466. Gumastha ga pa jahati samhali. Gumastha ga pa jahati samhali. Which you already used last time. I'll put it up here one more time. Let's see if I can bring it up for you. Gumastha ga pa jahati samhali. The best thing you can do is punah punaha uchchaihi shanaishcha sutranam uchcharanam. So it says, is the set of dhatus, which is Esham Ataha Id Syad Halado Kiniti Ardha Dhatuke. So Esham Dhatunam Halado Kiniti Ardha Dhatuke Id Syad. And of course, Alontyasya. Alontyasya Id Syad. So it becomes Ikaraha. Becomes Piya. Piya. And after that, Sangyangoho. Then Eka Chodwe Prathamasya Piya Tatpaschad. The same steps here as we had for the Dhatu Gai.
You have to take out Kuhos Chuhu though, right?
You had Kuhos Chuhu extra over there, and we also had to use the Adesh.
Yeah, you have to take it out, right?
which only, but basically it's similar steps. So we had Rasvaha over here, Halad Sheshaha. I'm sorry, yes, thank you. Copy and paste Rakshasaha. Asmat Sada Badate. So 7459, 7460, which is Rasvaha Halad Sheshaha, then Pepiya, of course, I should put the number here, 7482, Vino Yang Likoho, and then you get the Dhatu Sanya by Sanadhyanta Dhatavaha. Sanadhyanta Dhatavaha. Sanadhyanta Dhatavaha. Without Dhatu Sanya, so we cannot do anything. Nandam Karyam Kratum Shakyate. So Krut Pratyaya Nagachati. So we have to get the Dhatu Sanya. So now that this is fine. But the Pepiyamana now, looking at the sentence in the Gita, is a passive form. So because that Bharata Pankajam Sajjana Shatpadaihi Punah Punaha Pepiyamanam. So Bharata Pankajam iti Kartru, that's the Kartru. Bhuyad Kalimala Pradvamsi Nashreyase Bhuyad. So let this lotus in the form of the Mahabharatam become a destroyer of the the blemish of Kali for our good, but that is which is being drunk repeatedly by the saints, by the good souls. So now this Pepiyamanam is passive. This interesting thing now. That's why I put this example today before we go to the homework. If you take Pepiya now and add the Pratyaya, of course. Vartamani lat, then let us Shatri Shanacha, Prathama Samanadhikarane, Chatru Shanach, of course, Laf Parasya Padam, Tangana, Atmani Padam, because, Bhava Karmano ho, you can only use Bhava and Karma after this, anything in the passive, so you have to use Shanach. So, of course, all old things for us. But now, look what happens. When you have Pepiya plus Yak plus Shanach, this up to this part is very clear. Up to this part should be no problem up to here. Now what happens is that this one is the sutra which I want to point to you is the Yasya Chahalaha.
Yasya Halaha.
Yes, I'm sorry, Yasya Halaha. In 6448, Yasya Halaha, not Yasya Halaha. Let's look at 6449. So 6448 is Ato Lopaha, which we all know very well. Ato lopa ardhadhatuke. Adantasyangasya lopasyad ardhadhatuke parataha. So that one we know. But the next sutram, which is Yashala, which we have used that in deriving these, forms in the lesson when we had the pratyaya falling, which is sanya of ardhadhatukam. We have used this sutram. But what happens in the passive is that 6449, if you say Yasya halaha, Yasya iti sanghat granam. Yasya means that the entire ya shabdaha, which is the yakara, akara sahita yakaraha. Halaha parasya, ya shabdasya, natu yakarasya, ya shabdasya lopaha ardhatuke. So now do we have that now, which is that halaf paraha, ya shabdasya lopaha ardhatuke. That's what ato lopaha is what happens. So now, so we have the ya shabda, so we have pepi ya, followed by the ardhadhatu pratyaya, which is the yakarada ardhatuke. So yasya chahalaha, it is the halaf parasya. So wait, do we have the halaf parasya? But what do you think?
Yeah. We don't?
Where do we have halaf parasya?
Yak.
We have pepi ya right now, right?
Right.
Then where do we have halaf parasya? Can we use 6449?
Oh, right.
That's the problem. The 6449 requires
Right.
halaf parasya.
Halaf parasya.
Always read the vritti and make sure halaf parasya. If you have halanta dhatu, then yes, that will come into play. This is not like that. Pepi yamara. So technically,
That's why you did Atolopa first, is it? Oh.
It doesn't matter. Even after that, you cannot use halaf parasya. Because this pratyaya, this yak pratyaya has a sanya of ardhadhatukam. Ardhadhatuk sanya. Halaf parasya. So now the question is that then how can we do this yakar lopa? So this second step, I don't think we can use this one. So this one we have to probably leave it out, because so this one probably cannot be used. So if you do that, then we have only the form pepiyamana, pepiya, double yakara. So now how can with most of the books that we read, it becomes only pepiyamana? Is that
I don't know. I don't understand what you're talking about. So this you're missing the point.
Because this here to take lopaha, right? At this step which you have pay. Let's go to the prior step, okay? So we have pe, pi, ya plus yak.
Right.
Correct? That's what we have. So the 6449 says that halaf parasya ya shabdasya lopaha ardha dhatuke. So this is the pratyaya yak has a sanya of ardha dhatukam. That is fine. That is the ardha dhatuke. This is the ya shabda. This is the akara sit yakara, ya shabda.
Right.
That should be halaf parasya. If we follow, it will be preceded by a hal. Right now we have the ikara over here. We have the ikara. We cannot use yasya halaha. You understand? This ya shabda has to follow a hal. Right now we have the ikara over here. This is not.
I took it as the ya of the yak to be.
No, this is the ardha dhatu. Okay, that is fine. The pratyaya sanya of ardha dhatu come. That we got that. This is the ardha dhatu. Okay, but this ya shabda has to be halaf paraha. It is sampratam ikara paraha vartate. You know, how can we use the yasya halaha? So now this is the problem that we have here. Now we can use, of course, we can use ato lopa all the time. Ato lopa is only ardha dhatu. So this akara will go for sure.
Right.
Akara will go. So now it is. So we get pepiya, pepi double yakara, pepiya, and then of course ane muk, make it pepiyamana. That is fine. But the question is that, you know, should it be pepiyamana, should be pepiyamana. Now in the books all the books that I'm seeing, it's only saying pepiyamana. No, I don't know if that is an error or if there's a typo or there's something else that we're not considering. If you look at the active form, otherwise what will happen is that there will be no difference between the active and the passive form. Correct? If you make, because pepiyamana is definitely the, you know, so punah piban is pepiyamana. Punah piban is pepiyamana. One is drinking over and over again. That also can only be, you know, only atmanipadam, because the pratyaya yang has the ng and it, so anudatta gnita atmanipadam by 1.3.12. When you bring the yak pratyaya over there, you know, that you know, of course forces the atmanipadam off, because bhavakarmano only atmanipadam again. So now where the question is that yakar lopaha katham jayate. That is the question. I don't think yakar lopa. Let me put this here. But the rules that we know so far, I don't see how that yakar lopaha can come. Maybe we are missing something, but that's what I want to discuss in the class today. We have ato lopaha, we have yasya halaha, which we cannot use, and then the kyatya, niraniti. So I'm not seeing any sutram for here, Lyapi. Unfortunately, nobody discusses these passive, frequentative passive forms. I'm not discussed too much anywhere, so unfortunately not able to check. But if you look at, in the lesson, what we did was we did to derive these forms. Go back in the lesson over here. We were deriving these forms, I think, on the prior page. It was on the prior page, but which we are doing ato lopaha. See, when we did on the lesson, we did yasya halaha only when the dhatu was halanta dhatu. You see, because that was a halanta dhatu, so we had the ya shabda following a hal. Here we don't have that. Here we don't have that. Anyway, so think about it. Chintaniyamidam. So look, according to the rules that we know, it should be. In the book we did example of dhatu tap, right? Tap, ta, tap, ya. So there we can use yasya halaha, because the pakara is preceding the hal. So that we can do that. But here I don't think we can do that. I don't think. See, if it's a halanta dhatu, then I can understand. You can use yasya halaha, remove yakara and keep it like that. That you can do. But so in this particular case, I think piyamana should be now the correct form, it seems to me. But unless anybody has any ideas how to make it piyamana, I don't see how this. Anyway, yasya halaha I don't think can be used here.
Satish ji.
Yes, Basu.
Just a question here. The next sutra is Kasya Vibhasha. And
okay, but that's
Yeah, and then the next one is the Naraniti. So
that won't help us.
the Pepiya was not generated by any of the.
No, only as kyasya vibhasha. Kya pratyaya kya kyasya vibhasha. So that's not, we don't have that.
Mm.
If you look at 6450, we don't have that. Anyway, I will think about this more. But as of now, I'm not seeing a way to make this one into like that 6450. Because kyasya will not do it. Let's see. Because halaf parasya kyach and kyang. It's not this kyach and kyang we don't have right now. We don't have it. Unfortunately, as I said, there are not that many books which will give you a passive frequentative form. It's not very frequent. So it's hard to check this one anyway. We need the passive frequentative form, which is, I think, Pepi Yamana. Pepi Yamana clearly is a Yanganta Prayogaha. It's also clearly passive because, it is being drunk by, because look at the Karta is Sajjana Shatpadayihi. Sajjana Shatpadayihi is Tritiya. That is the Karta. So Ahar Ahar Pepi Yamana Muda. Clearly it is passive. So it's not drinking, it is being drunk by them. It's not drinking itself. So it's definitely passive, definitely Yanganta Prayogaha. I'm not seeing how right now we can do the Yakar Lopaha. It could be just a typo, I guess. Pepiyamana Muda. But unfortunately, all pretty good books are giving us Pepiyamana. So that's what anyway, think about it. If you think of any way of doing the Yakar Lopaha, let us know next time. And I will also think about it to find some way to do the Yakar Lopaha Pepiyamana. So, okay. All right, so let's continue with the homework. Anyway, thought about, because last time we did the form, Ajay Giyata, so I started thinking about his Gita, how this one came, but the passive form, I don't think we can get it. If you're active, I can understand. Active will be fine. So that will be one who is drinking frequently, not one who's being drunk frequently. Okay, let's continue with the homework. Let's see what we have. Okay. So we were doing the number 7. Nave vayasi yashantas shantas sadviruchyate dhatushu kshiyamaneshu shamah kasyana jayate. Nave vayasi yashantas shantas sadviruchyate dhatushu kshiyamaneshu shamah kasyana jayate. I don't know why this example is given in this lesson. I do not know that. Atra yanganta prayoga nasti kasmat karanat asmin adhyaya diyate mayana jnayate. Anyway, I guess he's giving some subhashitani diyante, because we're coming to the end of the book now. Padachita first, it's pretty straightforward one. Go ahead.
Nave vayasi yaha
Nave
shantaha.
vayasi yaha shantaha.
Saha shantaha.
Saha shantaha.
Sadve ruchyate.
Sadbhi uchyate.
Uchyate.
Okay.
Dhatushu kshiyamaneshu
Kshiyamane.
kasya
Na
jayate.
jayate. There are two sentences here. The first one is one sentence because ekating vachyam. So we have uchyate in the top half. Of course, uchyate. Always attach tingantam padam first. That's the heart of the sentence. If you can get that, you can get the basic idea of what the action is going on. Kriya labhyate. Kriya tat paschat karta, tat paschat karma, tat paschat karana adeyaha. So if you can first get the kriya, tingantam padam, tat paschat karta kutra asti anveshanam kartavyam. You get a hint on what the karta should be. So of course, uchyate, quickly, what's the dhatu uchyate? We won't put all the steps because now we've done this many times. So uchyate comes in Gita. Dhatu vach. So vach dhatu was there, and then this was this is also in the karmani. So pratyaya yak came in. I'm skipping some steps now because yak cannot come in until the pratyaya following is sarva dhatuke. So we got the ta because it is shantaha uchyate, is the passive. So the shantaha is the pratham purushasya ekavacham tasmat ta pratyaya agachyati. Tat paschad tita atmani padanam tere ekara adesha. So far what we have done is we have put these atra prakriya sankhepena uchyate. So 3, 4, 79, always the first three steps should be known to everybody. Dhatu plus lakaraha, anubandha lopaha, tat paschat tipta jiti, utsarga pratyaha, tat paschat lakara sambandhi adeshaha. It's always the first three steps. Get the lakaraha, get the anubandha lopaha, then you do tipta ji, the utsarga pratyaha, which is the default pratyaha, lakara sambandhi adeshaha, which is, coming in the Chaturthe Pade, Charamabhage. In the last part of 3.4, finish all these steps first before doing anything else. So that will be Vach plus Te. Then comes Sarvadhatuke Yak, because Kartari Shab is only Kartari Shab. So this is passive. So finally we'll have to do Samprasaranam, of course, Anubandha Lopaha by Halantyam, and then, Samprasaranam by Vachi, Swapi, Yajadinam, Kiti. Again, I'll remind you that there are only two main rules which tell you which dhatus take samprasaranam: 6.1.15, 6.1.16, 6.1.15, 6.1.16. The moment you hear the word samprasaranam, think of 6.1.15. Of course, first of all, igyanas samprasaranam iti sanya vidhanam, tat paschad vachi sapi yajadinam kiti iti ekadashanam dhatunam samprasaranam vidhiyate. Anantarena sutrena Navanam Dhatunam. This is, I'm sorry,
115.
15. 6, 1, no, I got it wrong. 15, I'm sorry. 6, 1, 15, okay. 6, 1, no, I got it wrong again. I'm sorry. Hold on. 6, 1, okay. Vachi Sapiya Jadinam Kiti. Jadinam Kiti. And then comes Grahijya Vyadhi Ityadinam Navanam Dhatunam Kiti Niticha. These two sutras immediately pop in your mind. Actually, you should have these four sutras coming in your mind. The moment you hear the word samprasaranam, so samprasaranam iti shuyate chet, pratamataha igyana samprasaranam, sanya vidhanam, tat paschad vachi sapi ajadinam kiti, grahijya ityadinam niticha. This sutra dvayam smartavyam, tat paschad samprasaranacha, puraparyoho ekadeshaha is the pura rupam. And also, na samprasarane samprasaranam. If you have more than one yan, then only the yan closest to the pratyaya, which is called, we'll take some later yan, you can say, we'll take samprasaranam. Uttarasya samprasaranam, tat paschat purvasya na. Right now, you have only one yan, which is the vakaraha. So all we need is igyana samprasaranam, vachi sapi ajadinam kiti, tat paschat samprasaranacha. The vakara becomes ukaraha, and then the vakara plus akara, which is still there, Pura Paryoha Ekadesha is the Pura Rupam. You put all that together, going a little bit fast now because we've done this a few times before. So now becomes Uchyate. Uchyate. This is, we have used 6.1.15 along with Samprasarana Cha. 6.1.108 because Ami Purvaha iti ataha Purvaha iti anuvartate. So Pura Paryoha Ekadesha is the Pura Rupam. Uchyate. So something is said to be. We got this much from that sentence. Something is said to be. What is said to be? So Saha Shantaha Uchyate. He is said to be peaceful. He's said to be at peace. Shantaha. Dhatu Shantaha. Okay, Dhatu Sham. Interesting thing. Again, we'll go a little bit fast. The Dhatu Sham. It is taken Nishtha Pratyakta. Of course, 3, 2, 1 or 2, Nishtha. Now, Nishtha Pratyakta. Now, what's happening here is that Idagamaha na drishyate. Parantu manteshu yama nama gamarama iti chatvaraha eva dhatavaha anitaha. Tarhi kasmat karanat atra idagamaha na kritaha iti chintaniyam. Think about why there is no idagama over here. Because first of all, whenever you have a pratyaya which is ardhatuka sanyakaha, valadipatya asti chet, ardhatuka chet valade iti jhatiti smartavyam. Immediately think of this sutram, ardhatuka chet valade. Always think of that. So now the question is that you check the nishedha. The nishedha is mainly done by 7 to 10, which is ekacha upadesha anudatta. So now why did that not happen? Is that either the reason why we are getting the in Nishedha? No. Because this dhatu sham is not in the list of the manteshu. Yama, nama, gama, rama. So there are only four dhatus which are ending in makara, which do not allow idagama, and this is not one of them. This is not one of them. So, nayam anudattupadeshaha. Parantu udattupadeshaha. Now, as I said to you, there are 21 specific rules which talk about in nishedha nishtayam. Shvidito nishtayam.
Shvidito nishtayam, right? Yeah.
Starting from there. So which one do you want
Shami.
to use? Which one do you know?
Isn't it Shvidito nishtayam?
Dhatu, what's the dhatu in dhatu patha? Dhatu pathe it idasti chet tasudashtavyam dhatu pathe ukara asti drupena. Ukaraha asti drupena. Ukaraha. Shamu. Dhatu is shamu. Shamu. Now can you tell me what's happening here? Anybody in the class? Can you tell me why the idagama did not come in shantaha? Because see, these are things which you should investigate and you should find out, because as I said, these things work like mathematics. This Krudanta Rupani, Prayana Siddhyante, Sutrai Siddhyante. But when you get to Samasas, when you get to Tadditas, you have some extensions. So let's master these first, which are, straightforward. So Shamu Upashamane.
I think Yasya Vibhasha, right?
Very good. Yasya Vibhasha. Yasya Vibhasha means if a dhatu takes idagama vibhasha, vikalpena, kutrapi, tari nishtayam anit. One more time. If a dhatu takes idagama optionally, so anuj is back. Anasuya agataha. So, go anasuya uchatam. Yes, Anu.
No, I was going to say it's uditova,
Very good.
Shamu.
Uditova.
Yeah.
Excellent. Uditova. Correct. So you have, so good. So you didn't miss anything, Anuji. You're back in the strike.
No, 5 weeks out of touch.
Uditova. But you remember, Uditova. What does Sutram say, Uditova? What did it say, Anuji?
That is in Nishta.
Not only in Tvi. So the Pratyak Tva follows. Then
Tva, right.
Take idagama. But because of this 7 to 56, vikalpa jataha. Tat paschat yasya bhasha iti nishtayam anit. It's a two-step process. The 7 to 56 is saying that any udit dhatu will take idagama vikalpena tva pratyaya pare. So tva pratyayasya. So the tva pratyaha, idagama goes to pratyaha. Let's look at the vritti of 7 to 56. So the tva pratyaha will take idagama optionally and following a dhatu which is a udit. So now because this vikalpa was done by yasya bhasha, so uditaha parasya tvaha idva. Uditaha parasya tvaha idva. Tat paschat yasya vibhasha iti nishtayam in nishedha. Nishtha will not. Correct. Thank you. So that is the swagatam. Welcome back. So we have these two rules. So nishtha uditova iti tvapatyasya il vikalpa tat paschat yasya vibhasha. Remember the section from 7 to 14 to 7 to 34. Ekavimshatihi sutrani. 21 rules. The very first one is shvidito nishtayam, and 7 to 15 is yasya vibhasha. Okay. Now, Indu, can you tell me the upada dirgha now?
Anunasikasya Chalo
kiniti. Very good. Anunasikasya. Let me put this one over here first. So first of all, we got the sham plus kta. So first you get this for in nishedha, which is being done by 7. So we're coming to the end of this book, So we have to practice all these rules. So abhyasena griyate. So 7 to 56 along with 7 to 15, yasya bhasha gave us the in nishedha. Okay, so that's what we got in nishedha. And then after that, what number will that be? So that's also in Anuji's section. So let me see. Yeah, that's copyrighted. I'm sorry. It's copyrighted now by now. So yes, Anuji, go ahead. What number will that be?
6/4/15.
I think 6/4, somewhere 6/4/15. I think 15 or 14. I think it's somewhere there. So it is anunasikasya kvijjaloho kiniti. So 6/4. Let's see. Yes, very good. So anunasikantasya upadhayaha dirgho bhavati kvau jaladau chakiniti. So if you have pratyak jaladi kitni, which we do have pratyakta right now, So this Anunasikantasya Angasya, which you also do have, Sham. That's why we said Jalado Kiniti. So Pratamataha Idagama Bhushati Vanava iti Nishchetavyam. Tat Paschad Upada Dirgha Samavati. First you have to make sure that it's a Jalari Kit Pratyaha. Before you cannot use 6-4-15, so yes, correct. So finally we can, then after that, of course we do the, so this is what we got now. Now we got the Sham plus the. So we have used 6-4-15, and then after that, of course, we use the Nascha Prantasya Jali, Anuswarasya Parasavaranaha. Anuswarasya Parasavaranaha becomes Shanta. Comes in Gita many times, so one more time, let's go through it one more time. So 8-3-23, which is Nascha Prantasya Jali, Anuswarasya Parasavaranaha, I think it's 58. 58. So we have Dhatu Sham, Sham Praspaktyakta by Sutra Nishtha. This Sutra Nishtha comes in Ashtadhya in two places. One is in the Bhuti Adhikara, which is what we need now. And this one says, then think about Iragamaha by 7-35, Ardhadhatukasya Vilade. Of course, before that, think Sarvadhatukam, Ardhadhatukam Sheshaha. But then, as Anuji said, Indu said, is that Uditova iti Kva Pratyasya Vikalpena Iragamaha Vidiyate. Tatpashadyasya Vibhasha iti Nishtaya Manit Bhavati in Nisheda Jataha. Tatpashad Anasikasya Quijaloho Kiniti, Jaloho Kiniti, Jalado Kiniti Pate Pare, Ananasikantasya Angasya Upadhaya Dirgha Bhavati, becomes Sham, then Tatpashad Anuswaraha Parasavarnaha. So Shantaha. So Shanta iti Uchyate, Saha Shanta Uchyate. We got the, so this is the karma. This is the karma now which is taken Prathama because of it's become Abhihita. It's a passive form. The passive form, the karma will get Prathama. The karta will then revert to the Kartakarnayos Tritiya. Kartakarnayos Tritiya. So very briefly, see this is, and of course, limited time in the class. We cannot do this in too much detail, but I'll give you the numbers. Is that what I'm talking about now is how did the karma get the Prathama? Because normally a Karmani Dvitiya. But that also reminds you that this is only Anabhite. Adhikar of Anabhite runs in 2.3. So Anabhite Sati Eva Ete Niyamaha Pravartante. So only Anabhite. Anabhite means when it is not told, when not described. What is not described? So when the karma or the karana is not described by whom? So Kena Anabhite. Tinganta Rupena Shabdena Atva Anyathabhi Anabhite. Mainly by the verb. So mainly the most of the time the verb will be tell you something. Uchyate that Pratham Purusha Ekvachanam Jatam. It was gone by because of the Shantaha, Saha Shantaha. So that Uchyate told you something about the karma. So the karma must be a Pratham Purusha Ekvachanam. So that made this Saha and Shantaha as Abhita. She was already described by the Tingantam Padam. This was connected with that. When that happens, then you do not use this Karmani Ditya. You cannot use this sutra. Then you have to go to default, which is Prathama, which is down here in 2.3.46. Pratipadika Artha Linga Parimana Vachanam Matre Prathama. This is a very long sutram. Also Vivadagrastam, Chirakalam Vivadagrastam. It's under debate for a long time. This sutram has been debated. It's kind of a controversial sutram. Vivadagrastam, Chirakalam. So make it simple and say is that Abhihite Prathama. Keep it simple as that. Abhihite Prathama. Means Abhihita to use Prathama. So that we can use that. And then what happens, the karta normally becomes, if it's a kartri pravaga, the karta is Abhihita. Because I say Ramaha Vanam Gacchati. That Gacchati tells you about something about Ramaha. That it must be a third person singular. But when we make it passive, the karta is no longer Abhihita. So then you go back to Kartakarnayos Sthitiya, I think 2.3.18, I think. Kartakarnayos. This is very confusing because if you don't know Abhihite, Anabhihite Adhikaraha, they're saying how can we get Kartakarnayos Sthitiya? Normally we say in English books, what do we say? The karta is Prathama. This says Sthitiya, Kartakarnayos Sthitiya. So the karta is Prathama only as long as Abhihita. Otherwise it's going to become Sthitiya. So by 2, 3, 18, and then, so 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 18, and then 2, 3, 40. See, this is Karaka Prakranam, Vibhakti Vishayaha. This is also, you can match it because see, every sentence has a Vibhaktis. And ultimately, every Vibhakti assignment has to be done in 2.3. To assign any Vibhakti in this language, you have to use these 70 odd sutras. There are only about 73 sutras here, not that many. And every sentence has, of course, has Prathama, Ditya, Titya, it has. So always try to practice and make it a habit that ultimately some sutram atva vartikam in this Dvitiyasya Adhyasya Titiye Pade sutram labhyate yena vibhakti vidhiyate. So you have to find a sutram in 2.3 which will give you the vibhakti. Sometimes it may not fit that well, but still you have to make some adjustments and ultimately point to sutram. So sadhir is becomes the passive form. So let's put these in the notes over here. Sadhi. This thing is not done by too many people. People don't, So what happens is that you take English sentences, you try to translate them into Sanskritam. That's a bad habit. It's a bad habit because you get the wrong vibhaktis. People put in English for the words that are in English, they don't translate well into Sanskritam. You have to know this is the vibhakti prakranam if you can. So let's see now. So sadhi. Of course, sad itself is a shatru pratyaya from dhatu as becomes sat is the shatru sadhi. Sadhi really means by those who are existing beings. So it means that sadhu sadhi, which is good people. So it is an extended meaning. Even though sat technically only means being, it means a good being, a good person. So sadhi. So sadhi is let's put these numbers down. These most important anabhite. Then after that came the Kattukarani of Titiya. So that was just important. Anabhite. Don't let's talk anabhite. So any passive form, think of anabhite. So this was important here. And the one over here, we can highlight these two, which is ananasika sekvijjalo kiniti. Also highlight these two, which is uditova, yasya vasha innishedha. That's what we have so far. Now there is a clause over here. Nave vayasi yah shantaha. So nave vayasi of pradipadikam vayas. Vayas means age. Nave means nutane vayasi. In the young age, in the new age, in the young age. Yah shan. Again, you have yattat prayogaha. Yattat sambandha. Yat pradipadikam api vartate, tat pradipadikam vartate. So it has to have samana lingam, samana vachanam. Because it has samadhikaranam. So samadhikaranam means refers to the same item. The same item, of course, you clearly maintain same lingam and vachanam. But the vibhakti will normally be different. It doesn't have to be the same. In this case, it's coming the same. That's a coincidence. We talk about Gita Dhyanam. My favorite shloka for this is the Gita Dhyanam. The last shloka in Gita Dhyanam is what? Yam brahma varunendra rudramurtastunvanti divyaistavayir vedai sangapatakramopanishadair gayanti yam samagaha jhana vasita tadgatena manasa pashyanti yan yogino yasyantan vidusura suragana devaya tasmai namaha. So you start with yam brahma varunendra rudramurtastunvanti divyai. So in the beginning you start with yam brahma varunendra rudramurtastunvanti. Again you start with gayanti yam samagaha. So you have Ditya Ekavachanam, but Devaya Tasmai Namaha. Chaturthi Ekav. When you chant Gita, Dhyana Shloka, last Shloka, remember this. When you have Yattat Sambandha, Samana Lingam, Samana Vachanam, the Vibhakti Samana Bhavati Vanava. Prayana na Bhavati Samana. So it mostly be different. It depends on the role in the sentence. Depends on what role is playing in the sentence. What the Yat is the role of the Yat in the sentence, what's the role of Sat in the sentence, depends on that. But so Yah, so one who, and here supply, again, Yah is a Sarvanama Shabda. And a good habit is that when you have Sarvanama Shabda, you have to think of which Nama Shabda is behind it. It's not clearly mentioned in this shloka. But here, you have to supply Janaha. So Yah Janaha, the person who, in this case from masculine, who is at peace or not, calm, who is calm at a young age. Saha. What's sutram here, Anu? Sorry, Indu, what's sutram here between Yaha and Shantaha? Sorry, Saha and Shantaha. What's sutram here? How did the Visarga go away over here? How did the Visarga go? Which sutram here? To do the Visarga is Sakar Lopaha. What's sutram over here? We're coming here. Let's see this. Anuji, do you know sutram here, Anuji?
Kind of remember.
Itattadoho. Itattadoho.
Ah,
Itattadoho. Sulopo
yeah,
koranyam
correct.
li.
Mm-hmm.
Itad and tad will take the sulopaha. Of course, akoho anyang samase, that is not normally, it's not very rare. These are rarely used, so we don't have to worry about these. Prayana. Na drishyate ete is not seen. So hali sulopaha. 61132 sashantaha. Of course, this is elementary. So etattadoho sulopo akoho anyang samase hali. This is of course the sandhikaryam which prayana bhavantaha jananti eva sashantaha is 61132. Sakal Sulopaha. Okay. So the meaning of the first sentence is that the one who is calm at a young age, Saha eva vastutaha shantaha sudhiruchyate. He is said to be calm. He's said to be really calm. He's also idiomatic. So one who is calm is said to be calm. So he's said to be actually calm. The one who is really calm is one who is calm at a young age. Then dhatushu kshiyamaneshu. So this is a sati saptami. Yasya bhavena bhava lakshanam. So when one kriya tells the timing of another kriya, one prasiddha kriya gives the timing of another kriya. You know when a kriya is occurring based on the occurrence of one kriya. In my Gita, for examples, is that Pravritte Shastra Sampate Dhanurudyamya Pandavaha. Pravritte Shastra Sampate Dhanurudyamya Pandavaha. Rishikesham Tada Vakyam Vidamaha Mahipate. So Pravritte Shastra Sampate comes in Gita. When the descent of arrows was about to start, was just starting. Then again in Gita chapter 1, is Strishu Dushtasu Varshneya Jayate Varna Sankaraha. Strishu Dushtasu. When the woman gets corrupted, then Varna Sankara Jayate. Examples in Gita and Sutram here will be again in 2.3. Again 2.3 the Sutram will be there. I think it is the in the Saptami. Yasya bhavena bhava lakshanam. Yasya bhavena bhava. Here it is. Yasya bhavena. Bhava means kriya. So the timing of yasya bhavena bhava lakshanam. You know the timing of a second kriya based on the timing of one kriya, and that first one goes in Saptami. If you look at 2.3.37, yasya bhavena bhava lakshanam. 2.3.37. No, that's not sorry. 2.3.37. We'll put it here. 2.3.37. 2.3.37. Yasya bhavena bhava lakshanam. This is the important sutram which is not in the Laghu Siddhanta Kaumudi. Laghu Siddhanta Kaumudi does not have this sutram. Yasya bhavena bhava. It's a bit surprising if it doesn't have it. So, Saptamiti vartate is bhava is kriya. Yasya bhavena, yasya kriyaya. By someone's action, yasya kriyaya, kriyantaram lakshyate. He knows the timing of another kriya. Tataha bhavavataha saptami vibhaktir bhavati. So this one, which is telling you the timing of something else. So in English, you have it in English also you have that. You have the word on this happening. Something has happened. So in the English on, sati saptami. That's a sati saptami in English. So here we have that. So that's just what do we have in this verse, in this Subhashitam here? Dhatushu kshiyamaneshu. Kshiyamana. The dhatu doesn't mean the dhatu like bhuvadaya. Dhatu not being lost means this, dhatu jnanam. It's not. Those also become kshiyante. Dhatu api kshiyante. Vardhakye. So, but anyway, what he's talking about dhatu, I think that's given in the etymology, in the dhatu, I think he means that the bodily elements. The bodily elements is meant by dhatu. Okay, he's not given. Let's see what Apteji says for dhatu. Dhatu has many meanings, but dhatu also in the primary elements is called dhatu. Dhatu shu kshiyamaneshu dhatu. So dhatu, let's see what meanings we get from Apte. Constituent or essential part, ingredients, that's also good. An element, primary or elementary substance. A secretion of fluid, essential ingredient of the body. This is the one. Essential ingredient of the body, which are considered to be this. Okay. So when the bodily elements are declining, kshiyamaneshu. Now, kshiyamaneshu, of course, the same. You have the sarvadhatuke yakh, Dhatu is kshi. Kshi. So now, so Indu Anu, okay, Hari has a question here. It is a physical vigor. Okay, next. Oh, it's right. I'm sorry, it's right here. Yes, thank you, Hari.
Even there's physical vigor. Yeah.
Physical vigor. Okay. All right. Physical vigor. Thank you. Okay, I missed that one. I went to the vocabulary. Yes, thank you. So Kshiyamanesh. Can you tell me, Indu, what is the Dirgha Vidhayaka Sutram Uchyatam? Dhatu is Kshi. Kshayati. How it became Kshiyamaneshu. And what sutram did we get the Dirgha? Kshiyamaneshu.
Akrit Sarvadhatike.
Anuji is coming strong after a 5-week vacation. Oh, wow. Coming strong after a 5-week vacation. After that, this is the... By the way, one thing which one of my Sanskrit teachers used to tell me is that you will never get old studying Vyakaranam. Vardakyam na jayate. Yadi Vyakaranam adhiyate, tari Vardakyam na jayate. There is no old age for Vyakaranam. What he used to tell me. And he was pretty old when he told me that also. So he was retiring at that time. So he says, you will never get old if you study Vyakaranam. Anyway, that's a different thing.
Oh, just got lucky, Satishji, so far.
So this is a Dhatu Kshi. Let's see, Dhatu Kshi is here. So this Dhatu Kshi is, become Kshayati. DK or two ways. So Kshiyaman is a passive form. And Anuj is correct. The sutram is, what number is that?
7.425.
Very good. 7.425. Akrit Sarvadhatikayoho Dirghaha. Akrit Sarvadhatikayoho Dirghaha. Which is the Akrit Yakare. Asarvadhatuke Yakare cha Kiniti Parataha. Ajantasya Angasya Dirgho Bhavati. Now I think by this time you have enough confidence, I hope. Read the vritti and make sense of it. So at least so he says Akrit Yakare, Asarvadhatike Yakare. So what do we have? We have the Dhatu Kshi, and we won't go through all the steps, we just did them. Kshiyamana. Kshiyamana, so Dhatu was Kshi, plus we are going to bring in the Pratyaya, Lat Vartamane, Lat Tatpashat Shanachadeshaha, Latashatra Shanacha Pratama Samadhikarane, and then Ting Shit Sarvadhatukam, Sarvadhatuke Yak, Sarvadhatuke Yak. So Anubandha Lope Ya, by Halantyam. So the Shanach also Anubandha Lope Ana, Ashakvatadyate Halantyam. So far we have used 32123. It's very in the beginning of the class. We did this already. 32124. Get Shanach, then Sarvadhatuke Yak. We got Yak Pratyaya because only Kartari Shap. And of course, in the meanwhile, we also have to use the Tangana Atmanepadam. Put that also over here. Because Bhava Karmanoho, it can only be Atmanepadam. Never forget the Sutra 1313. Bhava Karmanoho, Bhava Karmanoho, Bhava Karmanoho. Comes in Ashtadhyayi in two places, I think. Bhava Karmanoho. In 1.3, when you do the Padavjavastha, is Bhave Karmani Cha. Kevalam Atmanepadam Vidhiyate. Atmanepadam Eva Vidhiyate. Bhava Karmanoho. Then Tangana Atmanepadam. Because it's 32124, says Shatru and Shanach both. So which one do you use then? Because Tangana Atmanepadam. So we got all of that. And then you have to use Akrit Sarvadhatikayoho Dirghaha. Akrit Sarvadhatikayoho Dirghaha becomes Kshiya. Become Kshiya. And then Ana. So this was important. Sutram Akrit Sarvadhatikayoho Dirghaha. And then of course Ane Muk Ajantau Takitau Tatpashat Atkupamiti Natvam. So Kshiyamana. So Kshiyamana. Sorry, typo. Mudana Rakshasa. So Kshiyamana, you have to make it then Kshiyamana. Just put the mana by Ane Muk Ajantau Takitau. Ane Muk Ajantau Takitau. And then Nattam after that, which is straightforward. So Kshiyamana. Of course, you should not use Nattam until you do the Pada. So we can only go to Tripadikaryam only when you have found the Padam. So we cannot use Tripadikaryam, so I'll make it Kshiyamaneshu. Of course, Ramavat. So Kshiyamaneshu. So we have used Ane Muk along with Ajantau Takitau, along with finally 842. Because the interesting thing, by the way, is that you have the Shaka Nimittam is Rashabhyam known as Samana Pade. The Rashabhyam. So the Shaka Nimittam is back here in the Shakara. Then you have the ikaraha, yakaraha, ikaraha, makaraha, akaraha. They're all in the, so the ikara is an at, yakara also is an at, hayava rat, and akara is an at, then makara is a pavargaha, that also can be included in that. So then everything here is in the at, pu. So at and pu we have that. So kshiyamaneshu satsu, you can supply satsu. Dhatu su kshiyamaneshu satsu. So here we have used, as I said, yasya bhavena bhava lakshanam. So when the bodily elements of the physical vigor is given over here is decaying, shama kasyana jayate. So kasya, so for whom? Shama. Now the dhatu sham praspatya khayi over here. Let's see this special prize for today. Today's special prize is, oh thank you Usha, I noticed that you also had the answer before. Okay. The question here is that shamaha. If you have the pratyaya ghai into to shamaha, so why not atopadhaya? Anybody in the class? Sham plus ghai we are using now, to form of masculine noun. So atopadhaya, iti vruddhir kasmanna bhavati, upadhaya akar, upadha bhutasya akarasya atta vruddhir kasmanna bhavati. Well, the question I'm asking is that when you did this word shamaha, shamodama, so this is it comes in Gita, of course, chapter 18 comes, Shamaha comes in Gita a few places, as you can imagine. But the dhatu sham, if you take, and then add the pratyaya ghai to make it into probably bhave, so plus pratyaya ghai. Now the question is that I'm asking is that, why did we not get the atopadhaya coming over here? Anybody in the class can tell me? Special prize for today, special prize, Vishesha Paritoshikam. Nobody? Indu, any guesses? Make a guess maybe somewhere? No?
No, Sadaji.
So because you know the question I'm asking is, right? The question I'm asking is that when we use this pratyaya, first of all, where does the pratyaya ghai come from? It comes from, in Ashtadhyaya there is only one pada which Panini tells you how to make nouns from verbs. How to make nouns from verbs. There is only one pada which is the 3.3. For the main part. So here is sutram called bhave, or bhave, and the pratyaya ghai can be used to make masculine nouns, bhave. Also can be used akarti chakarake sanyayam. So we use 3318 we can use here. The question is that, then what is happening to the 72116 atopadhayaha? Where would you look? We look anywhere? Where would you look? This is a bit of a tough one to find. Okay, I'll give you the answer for this one. It is Nodatupadeshasya. This comes in, I think, Nodatupadeshasya anachamehe. So if you search for achamehe, chamehe, you will find it, chamehe. Because this is a sutram which says that these dhatus which have the, this one, Nodatupadeshasya mantasya anachamehe, mantasya anachamehe. One more time. Nodatupadeshasya mantasya anachamehe. Now one thing I thought Hindu is that is the, in fact, this is how you could have found this sutram, is atopadhaya comes in 72116, okay, right back here. Anuvritti of this niti, goes down from 72115 up to 73, I think 36 roughly it goes down to that. So if you're looking at any karyam, which is, you know, niti parataha, chavarga panchama atva chavarga panchamaha, iddasti chet. Up to here, you get this, you know, this anuvritti coming down. So in that, this was a na. So what is na? This, which is this, you know, this karyam which is for the nit, etc. That was na udattopadeshasya. Udattopadesha means what? That, as I said to you, there are only 4 dhatus, man, teshu, yama, nama, gama, rama. There are only 4 dhatus in man, teshu, which are anudattopadesha. Tasmat shamu iti udattopadesha. So, na udattopadeshasya mantasya, which also we have, anachamehe, except for the dhatu acham. So, anachamehe. So that we can forget anacham. We don't have dhatu acham right now. Of course, achamanam, you know, dhatu achamanam is to rinse your mouth. But we don't have that right now. So this one we can leave for time. Anachamehe. Then mantasya we have. Udattopadesha also we have no. So what is Sutram? Say let's go to, let's see 7334 Vritti. So this is for you today, Indu. Sutram for today for you. 7034. Nodatapadeshasya mantasya nachamehe. Mantasya nachamehe. The Sutram is, I think, not in Laghu Siddhanta Kaumudi. It's not there. Okay. It says Udata Upadeshasya mantasya anachamehe. So Udata Upadeshasya mantasya achami varjitasya chini kriticha niti. Anurutya Price Sutram. Anurutya is the Atayukchin Kritoho. The Price Sutram was Atayukchin Kritoho. So if you have a pratyaya which is a krit pratyaya, which is nit or nit, or the chin pratyaya which we don't have right now, then what happens is yad uktam tanna bhavati. Yad uktam tanna bhavati. Kim uktam? So that which has been prescribed will not happen. What has been prescribed? Atopadhaya iti vriddhi. So ashami. So it is, in fact, look, the word shama is here. The word Kashika gives the example of shamaha. So this is, this atopadhaya will not happen over here. So one more time. Nodatapadeshasya mantasya anachamehe. If you have a makaranta dhatu, which is udattapadesha, means which is not yamanamagamarama or any other. And then if you have pratyaya following, which is the chin pratyaya, which we see in the last lesson of this book, that pratyaya chin, this comes in the lung lakaraha. We'll see that in the last lesson of this book talks about that. So hold on to that one. But if you also krit pratyaya, which is nit or nit, yaduktam tanna bhavati. So which is yad vihitam tanna bhavati. Atopadhayati vriddhiradeshana bhavati. So it stops this 72116 and we get only the form shamaha. So then basically 73334 is going to stop. It stops 72116, 72116, 116. So you see, in one single example, we can get so many interesting rules. Of course, kasyana jayate, kimah kaha, kimah kaha, kimah kaha, kimah kaha, kimah kaha. So this kim takes the ka adeshaha, vibhaktau, 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 kimah kaha. Again, you can practice this one. Of course, for those you, I hope all of you are following the examples on Saturday class. I've seen this sutram a few times, kimah kaha, which says that, I think 72108, somewhere there, idamo maha, this kimah kaha is 102, 103. Yadadi namaha, kimah kaha, 72103. So I think you all know that. And kasyana jayate, iti sarvesham, sarvasya jayate ityartaha. Sarvasya jayate ityartaha. It means that everybody, for everybody there is, everybody is calm, you know, when the elements of the body are decaying. So the translation will be, one who is calm at a young age, he, into bracket, is said to be really calm. Really is in brackets, really calm by the good souls, by the good people, sadhir. Because, you can supply because, when the bodily elements are decaying, at that time, who is not calm? Means everybody is calm at that time. That is the Subhashitam. Okay, let's take the next one. Let's see. Only put the Cheda for us, Hindu, for this one. Okay, right.
Murkaha.
Let's read out first, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Murkha yatra na pujyante dhanyam yatra susanchitam dampatyoho kalaho nasti tatra shri swayamagata murkha yatra na pujyante dhanyam yatra susanchitam dampatyoho kalaho nasti Tatra Shri Swayamagata Murkha yatra na pujyante dhanam yatra susanchitam dampatyo kalaho nasti tatra Shri Swayamagata. Okay, go ahead. Look at the cheda.
Murkaha yatra.
Murkha. What sutram quickly? What sutram here for do the so it's murkhas plus yatra.
Murkhas plus yatra. Then
So of course then upadeshana nasika hit tat paschat. Bho bhago yoshi. Then yakar adeshaha and then hali sarvesham.
Then drops.
Hali sarvesham. Again, these we're going to practice these, please, because you will not remember unless you practice. Hali sarvesham. Maybe that means hali sarvesham will number what? 8322. Hali sarvesham.
Okay, yeah.
So because lopa shakal is hali sarvesham. If you have a yakara, vakara at the end of a padam, preceded by the avarnaha, then hali parataha, lopa bhoti sarvesham acharyanam mate. So in the opening of all the acharyas, so vikalpana that will take lopaha. So 8.3.22, 8.3.22, hali sarvesham. These also have to practice, and hopefully if you practice enough, you try to teach somebody. Unless you teach, vidya nati prasidati. So this knowledge will not be pleased unless you teach somebody else. So hali sarve, hali parataha. So bho bhago gho purvasya yasya lopaha syad hali. So bho bhago gho purvasya. Okay. So murkaha yatra na pujyante. Go ahead. Yatra na pujyante.
Pujyante dhanyam yatra susanchitam. Dampatyoho kalaha nasti. Tatra no asti. Tatra shrihi swayam agata.
Swayam agata.
Agata.
Swayam agata. So there are four separate sentences. So yatra, again yattat. Yatra yasmin sthane. Yasmin avasari. Yatra stands for the saptami. Saptami, but it can be any kind of saptami. So you don't know where it is yasmin, yasyam, yayoho, yasu, yeshu, you do not know. So, but we can, from the context, yatra means yasmin deshe, yasmin sthane, yasmin kale, yasmin avasare. English where, which place, on which occasion, probably which place is good enough. Murkhaha na pujyante. Pujyante, again go to the Tingantam padam, which is the pujyante. Dhatu puj, churadi ganaha. So, swarte nich, but 3.125, churadibhyo nich, swarte. Swarte means artha parivartanam vina, without changing meaning. So we take dhatu puj, and you have to first form the nijanta dhatu by taking puj plus nich. Puj plus nich. So let's do that first. So we get puj plus nich by 3.125. Churadibhyo satya papa satya. So that is from this long sutram. 6.3.120 long sutram, but the end of which is churadibhyo nich satya papasha. So 3.125, which is 3.125 says satya papasha rupa veena ityadi churadibhyo nich. Okay, now of course there's nothing to be done here because the upadaya is dirgha, it's not lagu. It's a new dhatu puji. Puji is the nijanta dhatu. Sarajanta dhatavaha dhatu sanya vidiyate. So puji iti dhatu jataha is now sampadyate. So puji sarajanta dhatavaha. Now again we say pujyante. Again skipping some stress. Puji plus lat. Puji plus lat. Halantyam upadeshanasigate lasya. Again the same thing. Bhava karmanoho. 1313 atmane padam. So you get the patya ta. Sorry, patya ja. So tip tajji ta atam ja. So that ja comes in there because we talk about murkhaha. Murkhaha, that's actually the karma. But the karma has become abhetaha. Karma has become abhetam. So because this pujyante is going to connect with the karma. So let's put all this down here. So you got puji plus lat, then pratya ja comes in. And meanwhile you're going to get jo antaha. So let's put maybe some steps in here. And then sarvadhatuke yak. Sarvadhatuke yak, just as before, puravat, sarvadhatuke yak, anubandha lope ya, alantyam. So we got ja, her. Ja. We have to do the ja first because sarvadhatuke yak. So you have to do this ja first because of things which is sarvadhatukam. Then only you can get the pratya yak. So this is what we got. So 3.2.123, 3.2.123. Then we have to use bhava karmanoho atmane padam. And then of course we have used 3.167 sarvadhatuke yak. Now we can do the what happens now in the next step, jo antaha. Of course we use 3478 lasya. Lasya. You should put this before that, I'm sorry. This should come before that because the lasya you have to be in pratya ja and get the sanya thing which is sarvadhatukam. Then only we can use bhava karmanoho. Sorry. Then only we can use the yak, sarvadhatuke yak. So pratya lat came in, anubandha lopaha, then came the pratya ja, sanya of sarvadhatukam. I think she's sarvadhatukam. Then we got the, in fact, this should go back here. I'm sorry. This should go over here. This should go over here because first we need to choose the correct pratyaya from the lasya. So bhava karmanoho. Then we got the pratyaya ja from here. Then we got sarvadhatuke yak. What's the next step here? Jontaha. Jontaha. Jontaha means jakara takes the ant adesha. Ant adesha. Where would that come? Any idea?
713 or 5.
Very good. 713. It's a pratyaya adesha. Jontaha pratyaya adesha. Saptamasya adhyasya pratame padesha pratyaya adesha griyante. So when the entire pratyaya takes an adesha, that comes in the beginning of the first part of the 7th chapter. Jontaha. Jontaha. So we have used 713, and then comes what? Nijlopaha. Nijlopaha. By what sutram?
Niraniti.
Niraniti. This adhikara called ardhadhatuke, which comes in 2 places in Ashtadhyayi. Dvitiyasya padasya tritiya pade. So no, chaturthe pade. 2-4-35. 2-4-35, where dhatu is completely changed. The pratyaya following has a sanya of ardhadhatukam. That's one place. Then you also have it in the 6-4-46 is also ardhadhatuke. That is an angasya adhikara. So sampratam angakaryam kriyate sampratam. Angakaryam. So we have to go to 6-4-46 ardhadhatuke. Then comes sutram niraniti. Anidada ardhadhatuke pare ne lopasyat. Is a nich takes lopaha. So the pratyaya following a sanya of ardhadhatukam. The pratyaya yak has a sanya of ardhadhatukam because things is sarvadhatukam. Ardhadhatukam shesha tasmad yak pratyasya ardhadhatuka sanya vidyate vidyamana vartate. So it is there. So then you have to, then also no idagamaha. Idagama only valadi pratyaya asti chet idagama samvati. Atra valadi pratyaya nasti because val means all howls except the yakara. So the yakara is not a val. So there is no idagamaha. So 7-35. This is one important thing. Idagamaha can only come. Pratyaya is valadi. It's not valadi. So finally, niraniti, because it's in pratyaya has a sanya of ardhadhatukam, it doesn't have idagamaha, so niraniti. So becomes puj. Then what else we need? What else we need here? We need atogune.
Atogune?
Atogune.
Atogune.
Yes, because we had to do between the so we got puj, then we got ya.
Yeah.
Then we got, in the meanwhile we forgot one thing, which was the Kita Vipram Tere. Chitta Apne Pradam Tere. Tere. Pujyante. Because that's a let lakaraha. So we had to use Chitta Atmane Padanam Tere. Which is, so we used 3-4-79. No. Is it correct? 79?
Right, 79, correct.
Okay, good. Chitta Apne Pradam Tere. And then we used Jontaha. Then we got Niraniti. So we got this one, and then after that, so this is 6-4-51 Niraniti, and then after that we had to use Atogune, which to make the Pura Parayoho Ekadesha, which is the Pararupam Ekadesha. Between this Akara over here and the Akara of the Ante, we have to make Pura Parayoho Ekadesha is the Pararupam Ekadesha. Pujyante. Okay, so Murkha Yatsuna Pujyante. One sentence. So Yasmin Deshe Murkahana Pujyante. But the foolish people are not honored, not respected. Dhanyam Yatra Susanchitam. Supply Tingantam Padam. You can always supply Vidyate, Vartate, Asti, Bhavati. So Iti Adhyartum Shakyate. Adhyartum Shakyate. So Bhutatuho Athva, Samanartha Dhatavaha. We can take a Samanartha Dhatu and make it Dhanyam. It's straightforward. Dhanyam is Pratama Ekvachanam. Susanchitam is very well collected, very accumulated, very well stored, very well accumulated. So it Dhatu is Chi. Dhatu Chi. Chi is to pile up. To collect the word Chita is to pile. Susanchitam is well piled up. Is very well piled up. Sanchaya is to collect. So comes in Gita. Anyayan Artha Sanchayan. It's because if you see a Dhatu Upasarga combination, try the various forms that we see. Try the verbal forms, try the krit forms, anything that you can recognize. So it comes in Gita. Anyayana Artha Sanchayan. Artha Sanchaya. Sanchaya comes in Gita chapter 16. So Sanchaya means collection. Susanchitam means well collected. Pratama Ekavachanam. Nampatyoho kaloho nastiyo. Kalaha. Kalaha means quarrel, strife. So kalaha nasti dampatyoho. Dampatyoho you can take either Shashti Dvivachanam athva Saptami Dvivachanam. So among husband and wife there is no quarrel. Dampati is a special form. Again, we won't do details today, but this is Jayapati becomes Dampati or Jampati. Jayapati becomes Dampati or Jampati. So Jayayaha Dambhavaha Jambhavaha is Nipatyate. This is this Jaya takes the Jam or Dam Adeshaha irregularly. This comes in, and we're not on compounds yet, so we'll do it more in detail. But the sutram here, it comes in 2.3. This is the Rajadantadishuparam, Rajadantadishuparam, which is, I think, is 2, I think 30.
31.
31, thank you. Rajadantadishuparam. And there is a Vartikam here, Ganasutram. This sutram basically says that this in the compound, these words, which word goes first in the compound, which word goes second. That's what is Rupam. This sutram is about. So these words which are supposed to go first in a compound, they go second. Rajadantaha means the king tooth. Should have been Dantarajaha. So it becomes Rajadantaha. In fact, it's chapter 9 of Gita. Gita chapter 9, when you chant next time, what's the name of the chapter? Rajavidya Rajagujya Yogo Nama Navamodhyaya. Rajavidya Rajagujya Nama Navamodhyaya. Should have been Vidya Rajaha, not Rajavidya. It became Rajavidya, Rajagujya. So that is because the sutram, that some of these terms which are supposed to normally go first in a compound, they go second. Again, we'll be studying this in detail the rest of the year. So we won't go into detail right now. But in that there is a Vartikam, the Ganasutram, which says that this Jampati and Dampati are special forms of Jayapati. Or Jayapati, just to get quickly, and we will go on. So it is coming in 2.31 in that Rajadantadi Ganaha. There is a Ganasutram 2.31. Let's see if we can find it for you. Here it is. Jayapati, Jampati, Dampati. So Jaya Shabdasya, Jambhavo, Dambhavascha Nipatyate. So you can see Jaya becomes Jam or Dam, it has become Jampati, Dampati. This is a Dvandva compound. Jaya Cha Patishcha, Jayapati, Athva Jampati, Athva Dampati. So it's a Ganasutram. So 2.31 Ganasutram, and therefore Jaya Dampatyoho. Like Hariyoho, Hari Shabdaha, it becomes Shaptami Dvivachanam, Athva Shashti Dvivachanam Kalaha. So Vigraha, there's no strife, there's no quarrel between those two. Put this in the document here. So 2.30 Vartikam, 2.31 Vartikam, which is the Jampati Dampati. So Dampati, Dampati is 2.31. This is a Vartikam on 2.31. Again, we'll see in more details shortly. So leave it at that. So that is the third part of the sentence. Last part is Tatra Shrihi Swayam Agata. So there Shrihi Lakshmi, prosperity, Sampatti. So Swayam is an Avyayam. Swayam is an Avyayam, is for herself. It's qualifying this Dhatu Gam Agam. Means that she herself has come here. Of course, Dhatu Gam is become Gata. It's on it Dhatu. We just talked about that. And then, by what sutram, Indu, we will take the Nunasika Lopaha.
Anudattopadesh.
Udattopadesh. Tanotyadina. Nunasika Lopaha. Jalikiniti. Jalikiniti. Anudattopadesha. Vanati. Tanotyadinam. Anunasika Lopaha. Jalikiniti. 6 very important sutram, 6437. As I said to you, the sutras which are very commonly used, like Ikuanachi, those we all know. Those which are very rare, we don't need to know really. But the ones in between, which are kind of used relatively frequently, but not very frequently. Tatra yatna apekshate. Tatra kartavya yatna. Tatra yatna kartavya. You have to make an effort in these kind of sutras, which are not extremely common and not very uncommon either, but which you need. Which anudatta padesha vanachitanotyadinam anunasika lopa jalikiniti. Which means we have this dhatu, which is anunasikanta dhatu. I mean, there are 6 of them: yama, nama, gama, rama, and man and han. And dhatu vanati and tanotyadinam. Like some example which I give all the time is the word akshata. Akshatan samarpayami. Next time you do puja, you say akshatan samarpayami. Think of this sutram. Anudatta padesha vanachitanotyadinam anunasika lopa jalikiniti. Akshata dhatu kshan. Kshan become kshata. So it is this takes. So we have pratyaya. Right now, pratyaya dhatu is gam. It's anudatta padesha dhatu. It is what we have. In akshata dhatu is tanotyadi-gana dhatu we have. So it becomes agata, anudasika lopa agata. So I'll put 6037. Again, we've done this a few times, but we have to keep on practicing, and then try to teach somebody. So in agata, use 6437. Qualifying shrihi, of course, is dhatu. Now, why did you not get the halni abhyo dirgha suti se pruktam hal? Sakar lopa kasman jata atra yataha atra ni pratyaya nastyeva. Ayam dhatoh ikaraha drishyate. Dhatoh ikaraha. This dhatu, this shri dhatu, this takes here, irregularly becomes dirgha and becomes a pratyaya. Quipt is used to form a noun. It becomes, yes, made mistake somewhere. Yes, Indra.
This ikara here is a dhatu ikara. It's not a
Dhatu
niyanta.
ikara. Not the pratyaya ni or ni short. That's why you cannot use 6168, which is the hal ni abhyo. Hal ni abhyo. Dirgha suti se pruktam hal. So that cannot be used here because of the fact that this ikara is not the pratyaya ni, but this is the dhatu's ikara. Dhatu was shri. Shri is to resort to take recourse to. So that she is taken recourse to by many people. So this is Athva. She is the one who takes recourse to Lord Vishnu. Either way, so the dhatu Shri. So Shri hi swayam agata. So meaning is that yatra yasmin deshe yasmin avasare, where murkhana pujyante, the foolish people are not respected. Yatra dhanyam susanchitam vartate, where food is in plenty you can say, well stored up. Dampatyoha kalaha nasti, there is no quarrel, there is no strife among the husband and wife. Tatra, there, Shri Swayamagata, there you can understand iti jnatavyam. You have to understand that Lakshmi, prosperity, has come there herself. Without anayasena agata, she has come there without any effort, she has come there. Okay. So of course, Shri and Agata is Pratama Ekvachanam Strilinge. Now, Asti Dhatu was Dhatu, nothing special in Dhatu. Asti Dhatu was As, Dhatu was Adadiganaha, so Adiprapradibhya Shapaha, Shapluk, 2472. Because Dhatu As had a pratyaya let, usual steps make it tip. But what happened to Kartari Shap? Kartari Shap came in, but Adiprapradibhya Shapaha. When you have the in Adadigana Dhatu, if you have, then following that, the shap takes look. So Adiprapratibhya Shapa, I think it's 2472. So 247. So you do get 3168 because the shap is not apavadaha. It's not apavadaha. But it takes a look and then nalumata angasya. No angakaram can be done based on that pratyaya which takes look. So Katri shap, Adiprapratibhya Shapa is shap look. Okay, look at the next one. Asahaya samarthopi tejasvi kinkarishyati nirvate jvalito vanye swayameva prashamyati. Asahaya samarthopi tejasvi kinkarishyati nirvate jvalito vanye swayameva prashamyati. Asahaya samarthopi tejasvi kinkarishyati Nirvate jvrito vanyas swayameva prashamyati. This is a very beautiful thing. Keep on chanting, repeating these beautiful verses, over and over again, loudly, clearly, slowly. One of the best things that you can do. And you can do the same thing with sutras and with vritti. Read loudly, clearly, slowly. So, Padacheda,
Asahayah samartah api tejasvi kim karishyati nirvate jwalitah vanni swayam eva prashamyati.
I should mention one thing here, which is a bit also again vivadagrastamidam. There is a controversy. How to pronounce the word like vanni? If you say vanhi or vahni. A lot of debate on this. There's a lot of debate on this because some people, many good people also, some vidvamsaha api evam manyante. Nakarasya puru ucharanam. So nakara should take the puru ucharanam, is what some people say. Make it vanhi, brahma. But that doesn't seem to be vyakarana sammatam. Vivvalaha. There's one sutram which is there in the Shiksha. It doesn't tell you to pronounce the nasal earlier, but it does tell that when this happens, that this sound comes from the chest. That also itself is controversial. But they take that to mean that when you have these nasals, and also the I think let me look at the sutram. Let me give you the exact sutram. This is a controversial thing which I want to mention in the class. And what my 2 cents on the issue is that, because this is, a lot of times people will say, you pronounce it as vanhi, not vahnihi. So how do we justify the pronunciation? Is it because it is not, dhatu is vah. Nakara is pratyaya nakara. Nakara pratyasya vidyate. So tasya puru ucharanam yuktam nasyasayana. If we will not take, puru ucharanam, if you pronounce vahnihi. But then how do people justify it, pronounce it vanhi? There is a sutram in the Shiksha Shastram. Read out to you. It says that, let me find it for you, okay? For 1 second. Because it's not very common sutram. And it talks about only the Ucharana Sthanam. Okay, it says that Hakaram, only Hakaraha. Hakaram, Panchamaihi Yuktam. Means when the hakara is with a panchama varna, and then antastha bhishcha yuktam. Hakara with antastha, yaralava. So with hakara with the panchama varna, hakara with the antastha, then what happens? Aurasyam tam vijaniyat. It's pronounced from the chest. Aurasyam tam vijaniyat. Kantyam ahur asanyutam. So otherwise it comes from the kantha. This is one Shiksha Sutram. Now, what people say is that this is implying in some way that you pronounce the antastha or the panchama varna before the hakara. They say vanhi. But there are major problems with that. Let's take a simple thing like a word like vivvalaha. There you have the hakara vakara sanyogaha. If you start doing start putting the vakara before the hakara, you will get lopo vyurvali. Vakara lopasyat. Even over here, if you take vahni and you pronounce the nakara before the hakara, what will happen in the Singo Sutram? If you say nakara comes before hakara, then what will happen over here?
Will it be
Anuswara.
Anuswara says, yeah.
No. Nashchapa jali.
Jali, right.
So you get Anuswara. If you start pronouncing nakara before hakara, it will go away. Anuswara. So that, according to Vyakaranam, to the best of, I think what I know so far, is I don't think this makes sense. Pronounced as vahnihi only. And brahma, vihvalaha, ahladaha. Not the other way around. Not brahma and not, vanhi. So I think this is only I think it's difficult to pronounce. Maybe that's why they have made this concession. But it doesn't make sense. Vyakarana-wise, it will, and you can say, well, Ucharanam is one thing. That's not the case. This is a spoken language, It's a spoken language. You cannot pronounce one way and then say the actual word is another way. There's no such thing over here. Pronunciation is the thing. It's a vak parampara. You cannot say, I'm writing one way, pronounced any other way, that doesn't hold. There is no writing as such. Anyway, so this is on this form like Vahni, Brahma, Ahzadaha, Vivalaha. So this Hakarasya Puram Ucharanam Samyag Pratiyate. That seems to be correct to me. Okay, but you'll hear this being said by many people that this Nakara should go first. Anyway, Vahnihi Prashamyati. Let's look at this thing on the Padam Shamyati. This Shamyati in Karishyati. Okay, now Prashamyati, what about this Dirgha here? And what anybody? How it became Shamyati? Because Dhatu Sham, of course, in the Divadi Ganaha, Sapatya Shan has come. So your Dhatu Sham, usual steps, put the Lat Pratyaha, Anubandha Lopaha, Tipta Ji, got the Ti Adeshaha, then you get the Pratyaya Shan, Shan, Divadibhya Shan, Divadibhya Shan, Divadibhya Shan, Divadibhya Shan. Okay, Shapopavadaha, Pavada for Shapt. So anyway, we put these usual rules as before, 3 to 123, 3, 4, 78, and then becomes Divadibhya Shan.
Is it Shamamishta Dirghashyani?
Yeah, very good. So this sutram is, anyway, let me put this one in there first. Shamamashtam, Dirghashyani. Pratisha Praptaha, then we get Divadibhyashan. Anantaram sutram eva. Next sutram, 3169, Divadibhyashan. Divadibhyashan. So Divadibhyashan comes in here, and this is an Apavadaha for Kartari Shap. So all these Ganavikaranaha, Ganavikaranani I should say, found under the Sutram 3168. And then we need the Sutram is Shamamashtam. So where would that be? Where would that be? What do you think?
I don't know.
Dirgha
6-4?
No. Because Dirgha is coming, no Anuvritti. Sutram has Dirgha, right? In there?
Right.
There's not Anuvritti. So this is not copyrighted for you. Lucky not, no copyright over here right now. You can take copyright for this. 74. It's difficult to find. Shamamashtam Dirghashyani. These 8 dhatus. They take the Dirgha Adeshaha. Dirgha means only for the Ach. Ach only a Dirgha. Pratyaya Shan follows. So let's look at the vritti of here of 7374. 7374. Shamamashtam Dirghashyani. Shamamashtam. So it says Shammadinam Ashtanam Dirgha Bhavati Shani Parataha Shamyati Tamyati Damyati Brahmyati Kshamyati Klamyati Madhyati. So Shamamashtam Dirghashyani. So then we use, from here we use 7374. Is Shamyati. That's one. Second one is what? Is Karishyati. Nigraha Kim comes in Gita. Nigraha Kim Karishyati. Indriyasya, I think chapter 3. Karishyati. How do you get the idagam over here? Because dhatu, anit dhatu. No sutram?
Is it Ringshaya Lingshu?
No, that's not idagama. That's 7.4. 7. Anuji knows. Yeah, Anuji is coming strong on the way back.
Is it 7 to 70? Ruddhanosya?
Ruddhanosya. Rudanta dhatu. A dhatu han. Comes in this Gita also. Hanishya chaparanati. Chapter 16 of Gita. So when you chant Gita, remember this sutram Ruddhanosya. Ruddhan han. Pratyaya Sya follows. And the Sya Pratyaya will take the again, if you don't know sutram is idagama vishayakam sutram asti chet saptamasya adhyasya dvitiya pade labhyate. It will be the second padaha of the chapter 7. Of course, below the sutram, which is like a pivot in the adhyaya, is of course the ardhadhatukasya valadehe. But then this by 7 to 10 you have nishedha, which is ekacha upadeshanudhat, that in nishedha praptaha, so nishedha jataha I should say. Tatvasha Vishesha Sutram, which is 7 to 70, which is Ruddhanosye, which is Ruddhanta Dhatu, Dhatu Han. And only when Sya Pratyaya follows, only then get the idagama specially. Let's finish this one. Thank you. So 7270. 7270 is a sutram, which is a special sutram in the Nigraha King Karishyati Kim chapter 3, I think, of Gita, and also in chapter 16, Hanishye Chaparanapi. So let's put some basic steps over here. Dhatu is kru, of course, the Karaniti Prasiddha Dhatu. Jan Pratyasya comes in Apavada for Shapt because of Shatasi Ru Lutoho. Shatasi Ru Lutoho. Now Karishyati. So we had first year Pratyaya, which is the Lut Pratyaya. Where would this come? Lut Pratyaya. Tad Vidhayaka Sutram Kutra Labhyeta. Where would you think this would be? Anybody in the class? Lut. Where would I look if you want to see the Pratyaya Lut was being given? Okay. Then we see in the Ashtadhyayi, you have this adhikara of Bhute, Vartaman and Bhavishyati.
Bhavishyati, right.
Bhavishyati. So Bhute starts from 3 to 84 starts Bhute.
So towards the end of 3-2, right?
Yeah. No, we're not towards the very end, like a middle kind of a 3-2. 3 to 84 is Bhute. So that goes up to Vartamane Lattha. Vartamane Lattha. Very easy. It's a past, present, future. So it is, according to Kala Kramaha. So Kalanukramena. So on this, according to the passage of time, so it is Bhutaha. So Vartamane. And then comes Bhavishyati in 3.3. So it is Kalanukramena. Now in the Bhute, Adhika is very small. Bhavishyati is quite small. Only goes about like 15, I think it ends 3.3.15, I think. 3.3.15 ends Bhavishyati. And the second last one is Lut Sheshecha. Lut Sheshecha. So Lut. Anadyatane Lut. Anadyatane Lut. If it's not of today, in that comes Anadyatane Lut. Lut Sheshecha 3.3.13, bring the Pratyaya Lut. Lut. And then after that, we will do the Adamanda Lopaha, which you will not put down anymore. That's straightforward for you now. So 3.3.13. After that, Pratyasya comes in as 3.1.33, Shatasi Lutoho. Now we're going to talk about the Iragamaha. That we're going to use the 7.2.70. So 7.2.70. And then, of course, in the meanwhile, you have to use the Gunadeshaha, the Sarvadhatuka, Ardhatuka Yoho, 7.3.84, Uran Raparaha. Uran Raparaha becomes Kari, Karishyati. And finally, of course, Adesha Pratyayoho iti Shatvam. One more time, Kru plus Lut, Lut Sheshecha, Paschat Shya Pratyaha, Shapopavadaha. Shya comes in the Dhatu as Ru, so Lut and Rung. So Lut and Rung, Ruratoho. So we get Shya, Ti, and then Iragamaha, as Anuji said, by Ruddhanosche, 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 7.2.70. तत्पश्चात सार्वधातुक अर्धधातुक योः इति गुणादेशः अदें गुणः उदरपरः तत्पश्चात आदेश प्रत्ययो इति षत्वं करिष्यति. Practice Tingana Prakriya is the heart of Panini. Tingana Prakriya is the heart. Thanks to my teacher who taught me for 3-4 years. He's grinding me every day, but every week I should say, for hours. So now this should be, once you know the basics, it is not only heart of Ashtadhyayi, also the heart of the sentence. It gives you the action. Please practice this day. Thank you, Hari. 7.3.74. What was that, Hari? Yeah, thank you, Hari. I got it. 7.3.74. Oh, okay. Usha and Hari had it also. Usha and Hari also. 7.3.70. Thank you. Shamamashtam Dirghashmi. So the 7.3.74, which was talking about in the fire form Shamyati. Shamyati is that's the one which he used, which is what Usha and Hari is telling us. 7.3.74. Shamamashtanam. Shamamashthanam Dirghashani. Okay, so now what is left over here? Asahayaha. It's a Bahuvri compound. Dhatu is ai gata. Saha ayate, maybe we can say Sahayaha. That will probably work. Which means one who goes with you. One who is a friend, assistant. Asa is a Bahuvri compound. Avidyamanaha Sahayaha Yasya Saha. Unassisted. So again, we're not on compounds yet, so just leave it for time being. So asahayaha. the Vartikam 1.2.2.24. So avidyamanaha sahayaha yasya saha samartha api. Samartha api, of course, usual sandhi like shivoham, you will use the 6-1 atorora putara plute 6-1-1-1-3 samartha api. So even though one who is capable, if he is unassisted, doesn't have help, then tejasvi api, even though he is powerful. Tejasvi, pratyaya is vini. So this like sragvi tejasvi asmaya medha. This is a sutram coming in the matupadhikara. 5.294 starts the adhikara of tadasyasti asminiti matup. Tadasyasti asminiti matup. Tadasyasti asminiti matup. One who has that, or in that it can be found, but matup is coming as a default. Tadasyasti asminiti matup. Tadasyasti asminiti matup. So that matup pratyaya, but below that are a lot of pratyayas which are, matuvarthiyaha pratyaha, in the sense of matup. And one is this, asmaya medha. I think srajo vini. Asmaya medha srajo vini is sutram here. If you have a pratipadikam ending in as, which is what we have right now, which is tejas, then maya medha. So mayavin, mayavi medhavi. Asmaya medha srajo vini. So like tejasvi, manasvi, yashasvi, then mayavi, medhavi, sragvi. So one who has that. Tadasyasti asminiti matup. So one who has that. So now question here for Hindu is that now the angam gets the bhasanya, padasanya. So let's do this. So what number was that? I'm sorry. What number was that? 5 to
121.
121. 5 to 121. So vini pratyaya vidiyate asantam prajapadikam vartate tasmad matuvarthiyaha vini pratyaya vidiyate. So tejas vini pratyaya jas tadasya asti asmin iti matup. Of course, the just is going to go away because of krit tatita samasascha pratipadika sanya tatpascha supo dhatu pratipadika yoho. So vini anubandha lope vin. So 5 to 121. So when you do the anubandha lopaha and do the just pratyaya lopaha by supo dhatu pratipadika yoho. The question is that does the angam have the padasanya? Does it have the vasanya? Only yachibham, right?
Right.
Swadishva sarvanama yachibham. Then he has the padasanya now. Then why not become tejovin? Like namo narayanayo. Namas narayana become namo narayanayo. Why not tejovin? Why become tejas? Anybody in the class? Anybody in the class can tell me why we not get the sasajusho ruhu and then of course the hashicha adpudaha. What happened to all those things now? We learned all those nice sutras. What happened to that now? What's happening over here? Anybody in the class? Any guesses over here? What we'll do? It's a fundamental question, right? Is that we have to apply. So we got the first. Let's do the just lopaha by supodharapadaki yoho. Now I'm going to get the padasanya for the angam by swadishvatra namasthane. Then why not sasujushoru? Where would you look? Anybody, any guess? Anuji, any guess? Where would you look for this one? Look under 1417. Look under 1418. Because Bhasanya normally comes Yachibham. But maybe there's something there below that, which also gives Bhasanya. If you can find that, that's all would be a guess, right? Look below 1417, 1418. What do we have? We have Yachibham. Next one, Taso Matvarte. Taso Matvarte, important sutram. If you have a takaranta, akaranta angam, or where pratyam is matvarte, in that case also the angam gets the bhasanya. Angasya bhasanya yate tasmat karanat padasanya na bhavati, tasmat ru adesha na bhavati. Taso matvarte. 1418, not 1418, but use 1419. Get the bhasanya. Bhasanya. And that is what is going to help us to stop sasajushoruho. Taso matvarte. So Anuji is for you today, this sutram today for you. It's taso matvarte. 1419.
What is tasso, Satishji? What is tasso?
So,
Tas-
takara and sakara handam. To and so.
Oh, tasso.
No. So that now we have sakara. So if you can look at the vritti for that one. Taso matvarte. Dvitiya, that means Satamadi Vachanam, Taso Matvarte. So 1419, Taso Matvarte. So it is Tanta Santau, Bhasanyau Staha, Matvarte Patte Pare. So Takaranta Mangam or a Sakaranta Mangam, which is forward Pratyaya, which is in the Matvartha, means in 5 to 94 onwards. Yan Angasya Bhasanya Vijate. So no Sasajushoruhu, just Taso Matvarte, okay? So please, I lost this one. Bhasanya, okay. So now that's what is important here is Taso Matvarte. So all these things which we have learned, we have to practice them and keep them fresh. But at least you should ask the question, if the Pratyaya Vin is following, then by the Sutra that we know well, we get Swadishvara Namasthani Padasanya. Should have become Tejo with her. But this sutram, by the way, has a bit some controversy in it. For those of you who chant the Lalita Sahasranama Stotram, when you will chant Lalita Sahasranama Stotram, we have in that Tejovati Tidhara, Tejovati. And also we have Ojovati also. We have Tejovati, we have also Ojovati. Also, those of you who chant, by the way, happy Shivaratri to all of you. I forgot. Today I was thinking of, now just thinking of the Atharva Shisham, I was thinking of the Ganesh Atharva Shisham. Ganesh, we have the Yashovan Bhavati. In the Palashruti of the Ganapati Atharva Shisham, which you have the Yashovan Bhavati, Yashovan. So these Yashovan, Ojovati, Tejovati, this doesn't follow this sutram. So the sutram sometimes is not followed, everywhere. To keep an eye on. Anyway, happy Shivaratri to all of you.
We're doing celebrating it tomorrow, Satishji, in Gurukula.
Tomorrow?
Yeah.
Today is Shivaratri. Anyway, okay. In any case, so then you can, anyway, Sampadam, Adya Bhojanam Nasti, Kevala Ishvara Smaranam, Tadvetasya Vyakaranasya Smaranam, right? Because he is the Adi Guru of Vyakaranam. So Maheshwara Sutrani we chant every time, right? Today is a good day to do Vyakaranam. Taso Matvarte. Subhasanya. Anyway, so that is what has happened here. So Tejasvi, so Tejasvin Prajpadikam Sutram Saucha Dirgha. Have the Innanta Mangam, then Saucha makes Dirgha. This is Anudira Adhikaraha. This will be 6 for what, 16, 15 maybe?
13.
No, 13.
13. 6, 4, 13 Saucha. Nrutti comes of in, Hana, Usha, Pusharyamnam, Shau. Because normally what is happening is that they are coming Sarvanama Chasambuddhau, but then the Niyama was done over here. So we could have used this one itself. Sarvanama Chasambuddhau. But it's Niyama Sutram, which Innantam or Handhatvantam or Pushan or Aryaman. Then Kevalam Shau Pare. Only when she follows. But then Saucha. Also Saucha, because Saucha Anuvutti goes down to the next sutram also. 6, 4, 13, Saucha, Tejasvi becomes Saucha, Dirgha, Saucha. All these are only for practice. You should already know these by now. We know by now we have to practice these. So Tejasvi, Tejasvi, Saucha, 6, 4, 13. Okay. So this is saying that Asahaya, Samarthopi, Tejasvi api, Kim karishyati, so what we do, kimapi na karishyati. So kimapi kartum samarthyam nasti tatra. Tasya samarthyam nasti kimapi kartum. Cannot do anything. Tasmad nasti, udaharanam diyate, udaharanam diyate. Give an example now. So vanhi, nirvate jwalitaha vanhi, means a blazing fire, jatu jwal. Jwal is to shine, to blaze. Jwalitaha. This is not a passive form. This is Jolitaha means, is it active or passive? You think this is going to be Akarmaka Dhatu. Jyoti is just Akarmaka Dhatu is just going to be active form. It's a blazing fire, Jolitaha. Because normally you have the Kartari Krit, then Tayoreva Kutyaptak Khalathaha, Tat Paschad, Gatyartha Karmakadinam Kartari. So what I'm talking about? I'm talking about 3, 4, 67 is Kartari Krit. Any Krit Pratyaya can be used only Kartari. Then after that, we have the sutram which says Tayoreva Kutyakta Karathaha, the Kritya Pratyaha, the potential participles, the Pratyakta is what we have right now, and the Kalathaha, they can be used only in passive, the Bhava Karmano however. But then 3472 says Gatyartha Akarmaka, Shli, Shing, and all these dhatus, they can be used in the active also. So Akarmaka dhatu, Jolitaha. Jwal is to shine. So now, if you look at apte, jwal thing is akarmaka. I'm pretty sure it's akarmaka dhatu. Jwal, so jwalitaha. Dhatu jwal. Jwal. So jwal means to shine. Jwal, jwalati, to shine. It's to burn, to shine, to glow, to be burnt up, consumed. To burn, yeah. So it's akarmaka dhatu, to burn. So this we can. So Jwalita is a blazing fire. Blazing fire gets extinguished of itself. Jewel. Oh, thank you, Hari. Hema is in jewel in English. Ah, interesting one. I didn't know that. Oh, very good. Hema is a good one. Yes, Hema is a good one. Jewel. The word jewel from Jwalita, is it? Not to jewel, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't think of that. No, that is a new one to me. I didn't think of that. Every class I learn something new. Jwal, yes, jwal. Jwalati is jwalaha. Jwal is jewel. Very good. I didn't think of that. So yes, very good. Jewel is which shines. English also. Okay, good. So jwalitaha, blazing fire. It gets extinguished on its own. Means it extinguishes on its own. Nirvate. Nirvata. So vata is vayu. So nirvate sthane. Nirvate is a place without wind. So nirgataha vataha yasya tat sthanam. It's a place in a windless place. So in a windless place. So yatohi, because in a windless place, even a blazing fire, after you can supply api from up there, even a blazing fire extinguishes of itself. So similarly, even if there is a brilliant person, a powerful person, a capable person who is without any assistance, what can he do? Kimapi na karishyati. Okay, last this one for this exercise. Dhanvantam madataram daridram cha tapasvinam. Again, same tapasvin, same thing, tapasvi. Okay, this tapasvi, we just saw this word tejasvi, right? Tapasvin, the same thing, the pratya asmaya meda sajo vini, asmaya meda sajo vini, asmaya meda sajo vini, asanta pradibadikam maya meda and saj. So manasvin, mayavin, medhavin, sagvin. So this is matuvartya pratyaya, matuvarthiya. Then after that we use taso matvarthe bhasanya. So a tapasvinam. Ubhau ambhasi moktavyo. Ubhau ambhasi moktavyo. Gale badhva mahashiram. Gale badhva mahashiram. Punarekavaram. Dhanavantam. Dhanavantam madataram. Daridram cha tapasvinam. Ubhau ambhasi moktavyo. Gale badhva mahashiram. Let's go, since Hema gave us a nice word. You want to try this one, Hema, Padacheda for us? Dhanavantam. Adataram.
Adataram. Daridram. Cha. Atapasvinam. Atapasvinam. Yeah. Atapasvinam. Ubhavam.
Now make it Ubhav ambasi.
Okay, ubau. Oh, okay.
Echayamaya.
Oh, okay.
Ubhau ambasi.
Ubau ambasi.
Moktavyau.
Moktavyau gale.
Badva.
Badva.
Mahashilam.
Mahashilam.
There's no Tingantam Padam over here. No Tingantam Padam. So you supply dhatu asarbhu or dhatu vartete. Ubhau ambasi moktavyau vartete. These two are such that they should be thrown in the water. Now, interesting thing, this dhatu, you have this form badva, right? So it means samana kartikayo purva kali, correct? 3-4-21. The pratyaktva can be used as samana karta, and this is the purvavartini kriya. So now, who is samana karta here? Because badva has to have a samana karta, and this his earlier action, purvavartini kriya, is badha. In the meanwhile, while you're thinking about that, one more question is that dhatu is band. Dhatu is band. Nakar lopa katham jataha. What about nakar lopa? I have two questions. This first of all, dhatu band became badva. Second thing is that who is the samana karta? You were in the class. What do you think, Hima? The English meaning is as follows: is that a wealthy person who is not charitable, so a poor person who doesn't have austerity, both of these are fit to be cast in the water, having tied a big stone.
Yeah, bandwa is having tied, right?
But then who is the karta of that?
So
it's not, the one thing I would advise you is that whenever you have a passive sentence, make it active. The passive sentence creates these issues very difficult to understand quickly. Okay? So make it active.
Okay.
Supply karta now. You can say budhaihi. Budhaihi moktavyo. So by the wise people. So you make it active. So the wise people should release or should cast in the water these two people, having tied a big stone in their neck, on their neck. So samana karta is whoever is the karta and is on the passive. He's not in the sentence. It could be janaihi, budaihi, sudhibhi. Supply that. So that is samana karta. Anyway, you will still ask the question. The pratyaktva cannot be used. There is a samana karta who is doing two actions. The purvavartini kriya will take tva.
Correct. Like mandiram gatva aham pujayami.
Drishtavati Ishwaram. Having gone temple, I saw the Lord there. Gatva. So badva is like that, but the samana karta is not in the sentence. And to complicate matters, you have a passive sentence. Always first make it active. Keep it simple for you. Then you can figure out who samana karta is. So, so the wise people supply that should throw in the water these two people, having tied a big stone on their neck. Okay, so that was this. So budhai. So samana karta. So 3-4-21. Samana karta has to be supplied. Samana karta araha. So you have to, so this badva, the form badva is badva. I'm sorry. Badva. Okay, badva. This is 3-4-21 has been used. Dhatu band. And then the samana karta araha is going to be, you have to supply that one. Samana kartaraha. The common doers have to be, you have to supply, janaihi. It's going to be in the passive now, janaihi. Atva, budhaihi. Something you have to supply. Budhaihi. Okay, you have to supply. So adhyahartavyam, supply that. Now, how did bandha become badva? Anunasika lopaha. Nakar lopaha. Hari has that impressed. Hari ragata swayam. Bho Hare Uchatam.
Yeah, Satish
Yes,
ji.
sir.
I think the answer is Aniditam Halupadaya Kingiti.
Very good. 6424. 6 times 4 is 24. Is it correct? 6 times 4 is 24.
6424, yeah.
6424. 6 times 4 is 24. 6424. Aniditam Halopodaya Kiniti. Thank you, Hari. In the sutram, if you have a halanta dhatu, upadha is nakaraha. So you have a sanyoga at the end, which is halanta dhatu, upadha nakaraha. Doesn't that nakara should not come because of the ikara and it. Aniditam. Remember the sutram called is iditonum dhatoho. Iditonum dhatoho. Dhatu which has ikara and it. It's a num agamaha. Iditonum dhatoho. I think 7158 maybe, 58. Iditonum dhatoho. But in order to apply 6424, the nakara should not be coming from 7158. Aniditam. Aniditam. Hala upadaya kiniti. So if you have a dhatu ending in a hal, upadha nakara vartate. Tasya lopo bhavati. Kiniti parataha. Kiniti pratye parataha lopo bhavati. Yadi nakaraha aniditam. So it should not be coming from the E. So ikara idrupena nagataha chet. So it's not come from the ikara it. Only in the like a word nindita. Nindita. The nindita. This dhatu is not coming. Dhatu is nidhi. In dhatu par dhatu nidhi becomes nindati, become nindita. That will not take nakar lopaha. But that nakar is coming from the E as an it in dhatu patha. So if you have used 7158, then you cannot use 6424. So dhatu in dhatu is band. So you can use 6424 because dhatu does not have the ikar in it. So badva you can use in this form badva. So nakar lopaha is aniditam halopadhaya kiniti. Aniditam halopadhaya kiniti. Aniditam halopadhaya kiniti. So 6424, 6424, 6424. 6 times 4 is 24. And please note that 6424 cannot be used. 6424 cannot be used after doing the iditonum dhatoho. 7158. So that's what we have. So let's see if we can finish. Time's running out for us. Let's complete this one and we can stop. Okay, dhanavantam. So again, patya vatup is coming here. Vatup because straightforward dhanavat. And of course the numagamaha was by the numagama was sutram. This Hindu should know. Numagamaha. Numagama was sutram here. Dhanavantam. Into dhanavantam. Udacham sarvanama sthaniya dhatoho.
Sthaniya dhatoho.
Patya is So dhanavat plus is 7170. This should be, I think this should be done many times. 7170. Dhanavantam adataram. What is some dhatu. How it became dataram over here?
Toni sarvanama sthaniya guna.
Guna adeshaha.
Guna.
And then after that, Upada dirgha. This is anuja adhikaraha. So we have to pay a tariff to anuja on one sutram here. So dataram. So this is 6411. Prior to that, so these are all, of course, rules which are being practiced in the Saturday class. So I hope all of you are looking at all these things, over here. So here we give, everyday examples. So those, we're not repeating the class anymore here because we give plenty of examples are coming to you every day. So, I hope you're following some of these examples here. They call these examples every day. We have done these sutras many times here, which is the Rutoni Sarvanama Sthanayoho along with Sutram, which Aptristran. We recently had that one Sutram, I think, Aptristran. So everyday examples are coming to you. Subandha Prakriya, by the way, next Saturday we'll finish Subandha Prakriya in the Saturday class. We practice for years to come, rest of our life you can practice this. But next Saturday class, which is what March 26th is going to be. No, I'm sorry. Next Saturday is going to be March 12th. So we'll finish the Subandha Prakriya in Saturday class. So please practice. We won't repeat those in this class now. So anyway, I guess put it for today. So So dataram. So dataram. 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 Datru padavigin datru. Datru. So Rutoni Savanam Sthanayoho, Gunadesha, Urandaparaha, Tatpasha up Trishtran 6421. Upadadilha. So we got Adataram, of course it's a compound. So Nyantat Purusha is a negation compound, which is called Nyai Vepanini. So one who is a wealthy person but not a donor. Daridram, Ramo Shabdaha. This is all karma. This is all karma sanyavad, all is Dvitiya. Because how come Dvitiya is coming here? What do you think? What do you think, Indu? Dvitiya is coming about here. It's karma of what? What is the object of what over here?
I think that you have to supply, I think, isn't it?
Let's see. Hari is okay. Yes, Hari.
Yeah, Satishji, I think it is for Moktavya.
No, Moktavya is a passive form. See, Moktavya, because we just talked about Hari, is that the sutra which says Tvayoreva Krutyakta Kalathaha, right? So only something in the active Hari can take an object. So only something, of course, it obviously makes sense. Only something which is active can take an object. But because we have the Tayoreva Krityakta Karathaha, the Kritya Moktavyaha. You see, Maya Karyam Kartavyam, Maya Gantavyam, Idam Mandiram Drashtavyam. That Drashtavyam is not an object anymore now. The object becomes an adjective. This will take an object. So what can it be?
That's true. So it could be Badwa then.
Yes, but then what about the Shilam? What about Shilam then? Now, is this so? So now there's the only choice you have. You supply something. Because generally you cannot supply something to make something an object. Okay, generally you cannot supply something to make something an object like that. You cannot say Narayanam and supply Bhajami. So Dhanavantam is clearly Dvitiya Ekvachanam. Adataram also, clearly the Vibhakti is Spashta Vibhakti. Dvitiya Vibhakti is Spashta. It's clear. Daridram Cha Tapasya, you talked about that, Tapasyanam. Ubhav, no, Ubhav can be either, Ubhav can be Ubhav. it can be Prathama or Dvitiya. But Ubhav Ambasi Moktavyav. So that, let's keep that as the Prathama. Moktavyav. So these two are to be released in water. Gale is, of course, Satami Ekvachanam. Badva Mahashilam. There's no choice. I think Badva has to be used. Because having tied these two, I guess, with a heavy stone, big stone, on their neck, they are to be released. So Ubhav and Moktavyav are going to be Prathama Dvivachanam. While Dhanavantam, Adataram, Daridram, Tapasvinam, and then also Mahashilam, they are all Dvitiya Ekavachanam, all objects of Badva. The question you should always ask, if Dvitiya is there, this requires an Adhara, Sambandha. You shouldn't say Sambandha, Tinganda Padam, Dhatu Sambandha Apekshate, Athva Avya Sambandha Apekshate. Maybe an Avyam, maybe a Dhatu somewhere, but there is no Dhatu because Dhatu Much is there. That cannot take an object. That's because as I said, that's Tayoreva Krutyakta Kalathaha. Badva is there. Badva is the only choice. So, there's no other choice. So having bound these two and having bound a big stone on the neck, these two are to be thrown in the water. So that's a difficult thing in this sentence, I think. Dhanavantam Dvitiya connected with Badva. Adataram Daridram Chatapasya. Because there's no other verb over here. So Bhav is, of course, Prathama Dvivachanam. Ambasi is Ambas Pratipadikam Saptami Ekvachanam. Moktavyav. Dhatu Much, of course, Chuhakuhu, straightforward. And Guna. Tavyapatyaha, Moktavya. This adhikar of Krityaha, very nice, short adhikaraha, is the potential participles. And Panini starts Kritpatyaha with Kartari, Kudating Panini starts from 3193. Immediately he starts the Krityaha, potential participle, and they go all the way down up to 135, I think. 135 Krityaha. No, sorry, no, 132. Krityaha. And there the very first sutram is this one, which is the Tavyaniyaraha. Tavyaniyara. So this 3196 and dhatu much, I think is anit dhatu. So then do the Puganta Lagupasya Gunaha, Puganta Lagupasya, and then of course Chohokuho. So we can stop with that. Let me put this one here. Next time we'll continue with the English to Sanskritam. I think I'm going a little bit slow because we have to practice these rules. If you don't practice them, there's no point. You will not remember them. So Moktavya, one fit to be released. So we use 3196 along with the Puganta Lagupatasya cha Gunaha Tatpaschat Chohokuhu Moktavya. So final sentence will be that one who is rich but not charitable, and one who is a poor but without austerity, these two are fit to be cast in the water, having bound a big stone on the neck. That's the thing. And here the Badva is taking object of Mahashilam. I think also has to take the other ones also on top there. And Mahashilam is a compound. It's Karmadhari, a compound. Mahad becomes Maha in the compound. We have not done compounds yet. We will last sutram for the day, and we shall stop with that. Mahad becomes Maha. 6.3. An Mahatas. So An Mahataha. So Samajikarana Jatiya Yoho. An Mahataha. I think 6.3 around 6.346. An Mahataha. Samajikarana Jatiya Yoho. Samajikarana, if you have, Mahad becomes Maha, then you take the yes, Usha.
A question then, how you will do the Anvay for this second line? Will it be like Ubhav, Moktavyo, Mahashilam, Gale, Badva, and then Ambasi?
Let's do Anvayaha. Let's try Anvayaha. So Badva is a prior action. That has to come first. And that's taking all these objects. Maybe you say, you can take it like this. So Adataram Dhanavantam, Atapasvinam Cha Daridram, Mahashilam, Gale Atva Gale Mahashilam Badva, Ubhav, Ambasi Moktavyav. Because the Badva has to come before the Moktavyav. And then all the objects have to come before that. So we have to put Dhanavantam, Adataram is qualified Dhanavantam, so Adataram Dhanavantam, Atapasvinam Chadaridram. We can put Ubhav there also, maybe you can put Ubhav as there also, Ubhav, Mahashilam Gale Badva, Ambasi Moktavyav. In that case, Ubhav becomes a Ditya Dvivachanam now. We put it with Badva now. That can go either way. You can make it Adataram Dhanavantam, Atapasvinam Chadaridram, Ubhav, Gale, Mahashilam, Badva, Ambasi, Moktavyav. What do you think of that? It's okay?
So you won't use Ubhav as like adjective with Moktavyav?
Ubhav is Sarvanama Shabda. It is going to be a pronoun standing for the the Dhanavan and the Daridra. So you can say Daridra, Daridra, and so Dhanavad Daridrav, these two. So it is going to, the only thing is that if you pull it afterwards, it will be Prathama Dvivachanam, Moktavyav. If you pull it before with Badva, it will be Ditya Dvivachanam. Either way you can do it. But basically Badva has to come first, that's the first action. And that takes the objects with it. They have to come behind Badva. This is how the Padanavaya goes, Padanavaya means take Badva, put Daridram before that, put your adjective before, which is Adataram, adjective before that. Then the Cha is coming there, Samuchayaha. You have to put you have to put Daridram after that. Daridram means the adjective before that. Atapasviram Daridram. So that first part is pretty clear. Adataram Dhanavantam, Atapasvinam Cha Daridram. In fact, you can put Cha, maybe if you do Padanvaya, you can say Cha Atapasvinam daridram. Then also Mahashilam has to be put there. Then Gale goes with that. So Gale Mahashilam Badva. You could put Abho Ubho before that, put Ubho after. Ubho Ambasi Moktavyav. That's what I would say. Okay. So next time we will do the homework, and please, I already gave you the heads up for the next year. Is you have to, if you have time, when you have to, the sutta which I gave for Samas Vibhagaha, please read them, because it's not long. These are not long sections, which I gave you in the prior class itself. This one, okay, from 2.1.2.2 and 2.4.1 to 2.4.17, and 5.4.68 to end of 5.4, and 6.3, which we just talked about, that Mahad becomes Maha, 6.3, Upapadam from here. If you just want to start, just look at 2.1.2.2. 2.1.2.2 has only about 100 rules. Only about 100 rules. If you can memorize those or master those, you'll become a master of samasa. So samasa prakarane kaushalyam jayate. So dvitiyasya adhyasya yadi prathama pada, dvitiya pada samyak jnata chet. If you know them well, prathama pada, dvitiya pada of dvitiya adhyaya, in that case, samasa. So please at least you start reading 2.1 and 2.2. Okay, we stop with that.
Yes,
Yes.
Satish, one quick question on the AP Yamana.
AP Yamana, yes. Any ideas there?
Yeah, Yango Chicha may be knocking off that first Yakara.
Which is Achi, right?
No, it says that Yango Chicha may knock off by Bakulam. Sometimes.
Yes. Okay. Let's look at that. That's a good idea. What number is that?
Yango Chicha is 2.4.74. Previous sutra is Bahulam Chandasya.
Okay, good. Yango Chicha. Good. Okay. In fact, we should have thought about that. Okay, good. Maybe it's a young look then. Taken young look. Okay, so that's what's happening here. Then
it's a young look. Young look, yeah.
It's a young look form. It's not young. It's a young look form then.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what has happened. It's very good. I'm impressed, Vasu. Good job. So yes, very good. So 2.4.74. We didn't study a young look. So we were right as far as we were saying. We were correct. Is that from if you have youngantam, then we cannot use 2.4.74. It's only for young look. So then, good. So see, every class I learn something new. So definitely, this I kind of knew, but I forgot about it. 2.4.74. Let's look at that. 2.4.74. What does it say? Yango luk bhavati achipatye parataha. Then chakarena bahula grahanam anukrishya. What Vasu was saying is that natu chandasi tena chandasi bhashayam cha ubhayoho yango luk bhavati. So young can take look in chandasi and bhashayam. Not only when pratyaya ach. This achi is a pratyaya ach, by the way. Pratyaya ach. Even when ach is not, so bahula grahanat, so anyachyapi. So even when ach is not following bhavati. Very good, very good. That's what we have. Correct. So pepiyamana. Pepiyamana is not a typo. It is the 7. It is, we have to use. Okay, so then let's put it here and use 3 to 2.4.74. Right? Also 2.4.74. Right?
Yes, Satish. 2.4.74.
Fantastic. That's the one. That is the one. 2.4.74. Because of Bahulam. Because of Bahulam, we have a young look pratyaya there. Not young, but young look. So because that Pepiyamana should become Pepiyamana. But that takes young look. That's why I said in so many good books, we cannot have a good typo like that. So that is because of a young look. In fact, it's good. We didn't do young look in this class, so this is good to have young. By Gita Prasada, we got young look also. In the Antoine book, the young look is not mentioned. Okay, but this is the one. Okay, in the next class, time is up right now. But next class, we'll start with this one again. Thank you, Vasu. Very good. That's correct. So young look is the form. Okay, Ram. Yes. Ramo Rajamani Sada Vijayate Ramam Ramesham Bhaje Ramenavidata Nishachara Chamu Ramaya Tasmai Namaha Raman Nasti Paranam Parataram Ramasya Dasosmyaham Rame Chittale Sada Bhutame Bho Rama Mamudhara Rama Rameti Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranama Tattulyam Rama Nama Varanane Shri Rama Nama Varanana Om Namaiti. So next time we'll do this remaining homework.